live on Facebook, YouTube. Good morning. If you are joining on Facebook and YouTube, let's go live on Instagram as well. The wonders of modern technology is amazing. It is Wednesday morning. We're going to focus a little bit more on movement, balance today as well. So we're going to do some squats, we're going to do some lunges, and we are going to do some balancing. We might also do a little bit of foot mobilization as well. But as always, we'll start off with our easing into it. Ow, I've just stood on something on the floor. So take your, I've got a big pebble stuck underneath my foot. Take your feet shoulder width apart. Stand nice and tall through the spine. Just get balance. Just free up the shoulders a little bit, and then moving from the hips and the waist. Knocking on the door of life. Just take it nice and easy. Gentle movement of the head. We're not forcing movements. Just getting some mobilization through the spine. Just pop that light on so you can see a little bit better. Soft, light breathing in and out through the nose. And then just gradually slowing down. Slowing it down. Soften into the knees, soften into the ankles. Soften into the hips. And take a rest. Just bringing your feet hip width, standing tall. And then stepping back out. Bending the knees a little bit. So we're going a little bit lower in the knees. And we're going to do spinal cord, tilting the pelvis so you're spilling out of the front of the pelvis there. And then as we bring the elbows together, curling up into a little ball, we're tucking the pelvis underneath. So really get that movement through the pelvis with this. Keep the knees bent all the way through. And just calm, light, easy breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. Opening that front of the chest, lifting your heart up to the sky. Next in breath, we're just going to rotate to one side. You're just going to breathe in and out down that side, and then in again that side, and then out down the middle. And then you're going to repeat that to the other side. Still using the pelvis. Oh, that was a nice crack in my back. Lower back just did a nice little crunch. Let's repeat that again, side to side. And in the middle. Standing tall. Again, just bringing your feet a little bit closer just to balance, see how that feels. Move around, have a little bit of a shake if you need a little bit of a shake. And then we are going to move our bodies like a river. This is a good one. Slightly wider apart, just resting lightly on the thighs there. So I'm not putting loads of weight there, keeping this chest slightly lifted. And we're just going to move the hips and then the upper body follows. The trick is to look at the opposite foot. So I'm just taking a glance at the opposite foot. So you get that ripple through the spine. Just breathing softly and lightly. Really freeing up that spine, the head and the neck. And then just gradually slowing it down. And if it feels comfortable for you, just gently hanging. So just keeping a softness in the knee, just hang. If that feels uncomfortable, then just slowly come up to standing. But softness in the knee, but still feeling that whole back line, the back of the calves, maybe the back of the hamstrings. Just lengthening out. Breathing. As you breathe out, if you can lower yourself, just drop a little bit more. Really make sure you're not forcing anything here though. Don't think of it as like pulling. Just think of it as encouraging the length of the fascia, the ligaments, the tendons. And then just when you're ready, bending your knees so you're like coming up out of a squat, pushing the floor away. And then we'll just roll the spine up slowly, vertebra by vertebra, neck coming at the top. And my glasses are falling off. And then slowly walk your feet together. Let's have a little bit of a shake. Good old shake. Shake the legs out. Shake the shoulders. If it feels comfortable and not painful, tapping the heels into the ground so you really get that vibration running through the body. And we can do a few cleansing and clearing breaths. So that's a calm breath in through the nose and just let go. Whatever you feel you need, one or two of those just feels really nice. Getting rid of any tightness, tension in the body, in the mind. Good old shake, shake it out. A little bit longer, a little bit more vigorous if you feel for it. And then just slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Open up from the shoulders. Fizzing, tingling sensations. Feeling the breath settling. Good. And then just come up to standing. Take your feet about shoulder width apart. Good old tiger squat. So remember, keep that chest lifted. So I'm not tilting over like this. Keep the sternum lifted and just go as low as feels comfortable. It's not about forcing the depth. You can engage the fingers here. That creates that nice strength through the back. Nice and slow. Just breathing easy in and out through the nose. Remember to keep the idea of the front of the spine open. Let's do 2 more. If you can go that little bit lower, go that little bit lower, but don't force anything. Stay with the breath. Was that 2 or have I done 3? I can't remember how many I've done now. I got carried away. Let's do 1 more. And then come up to standing. Good. Let's do a little bit of balance. So we'll start off with flying. So breathing in and breathing out. Again, slow. Expanding. And once you've got comfortable with that rhythm, we're just going to shift the weight and peel the heel. So on the next in-breath, or as the arms raise, I'm going to mirror you. I'm just going to shift the weight to my left side and peel the right heel. So you've got about 70–80% of the weight through the left. And then we do the opposite. So shift the weight, peel the heel. So you're on the ball of the foot on the opposite side. So really make sure that you are feeling supported and stable on that support leg before you peel the heel. And then if you're comfortable with what, you want to make it a little bit more challenging, balance, and then just lift that opposite leg and slowly place back down. It's not about crashing back down. Shift the weight, Make sure you're stable on that side. Balance, lift the opposite knee. Slowly place back down. The slower you go, the more challenging it is. It's like just gently dipping your toe in the water there, rolling the foot down. Breathing all the way through it, breathing in and breathing out. If you do have a little wobble, that's absolutely fine, as long as it's safe, as long as you're not falling over. Let's do one more to each side. And then take a rest. Good. All looked good on Zoom there, balancing away. We're going to make that a little bit more challenging if you are comfortable with that. I'm just moved forward so I can show you. Just make sure you've got some space behind you, that you're not going to knock into anything. So we'll balance on one leg, and then as we come down, we're just going to step back. Make sure you're balanced and stable as you step back, and then just drop into like a little bit of a lunge. And then we're going to come up again, balance, and then step back. Take your time here, a little bit of a lunge. Breathing in, breathing. And again, if there's a little bit of wobble, that's fine. But be in control all the way through the movement. And then take a rest. I think we did about 4 on that side. Let your breath settle, center yourself, and then we do the same. Breathing in, stepping back, balance first, and then just lower. To about 4 each side is quite nice. Please don't stand on any animals. Good. And take a rest, have a little shake out. Again, I'll just show you briefly from the side. When you're stepping up, just watch that we're not going into sort of like a rounded crunched position here. So really keep that little bit of a natural curve in the spine. Stand tall when you're stepping up on that one leg. Have a little bit of a shake out. Do a very slightly different squat now. So we're going to go shoulder width apart with the feet. Imagine you're holding something above your head with one hand. So you've got something above your head there with one hand. So that straight away opens up this whole side of the body. And we're just going to reach down to touch towards the ground. So imagine you're just going to go towards the ground. You're going to touch the ground, but you've still got something above your head. So you don't want to drop it forwards. So you'll feel that nice length and then come back up and then down. And up. This is nice because it keeps this chest lifted, keeps this whole chain long. Let's do one more. And then take a rest. And then same the other side. If you've got any blood pressure issues, just watch this one if you feel a little bit lightheaded. We're not lifting weights above our head, but you'd be surprised how heavy your arm is when you're up there above your head. So again, lengthen this side out. Same thing. And you might find, oh, this side feels a lot easier. Or you might not, or this side feels a lot more challenging. Keep the chest lifted. I've forgotten how many we did on the other side. Let's do 2 more this side. I think we did about 6. Watch this, hands not dropping forwards. Reach. And slowly back up. Good. Shaking the shoulders out just mixes that squat up a little bit. And of course you can do it again, as long as you haven't got any issues with blood pressures, you can just hold a little weight up there. You could get a tin of beans or a bag or something like that. You don't need to have dumbbells or anything. You can just have a little bit of weight, bag of sugar or a bag of rice or something. Let us now do a little bit of a curtsy squat. So we're just mixing the squats up today. Balancing, I'll mirror you balancing on the left leg. And we're just going to tuck the right leg behind. And you're just going to touch the ball of that right foot on the ground, but you're not putting a lot of weight on there. And you're just lowering down. Again, keep that spine lifted there. So you're just doing like a little curtsy. And then you're coming back up. And then obviously the same to the other side. So curtsy. Most of the weight is on this front leg. Come back up. Balance. And it's the same thing. Keep this lifted. Keep the sternum lifted. Keep the chest high. Oh, I got a nice little crunch again through that right hip and right lower back, which I crunched earlier, which is nice. And then if you're feeling comfortable with this, you can challenge yourself a little bit more. You can maybe reach a little bit more. But again, follow the breath. And just use the arms however you need to use the arms to balance. Whoa, and I wobbled. Can you get a little bit lower? Can you go a little bit slower? And then let's do one more each side. And slowly up. Good. Let's have a bit of a leg swing after that. So just swinging that leg across. Keep that upper body tall and strong. And then shake out. I'm just going to open the door. It's quite warm in here now. That's better. Okay. One palm facing up. The other palm or the other hand coming down the center. As we start to come down the center, that other hand or the palm comes to join it. And then we just create those nice big circles. Go slow and smooth. No jagged points. Smooth out any jagged edges. Think of flow. We're doing a flow movement. And then swap sides. So this palm facing up and coming down the center. And then finishing off with pulling down. It's great to do this indoors, but if you get outdoors, just do this one outdoors because you're looking up at the sky, pulling down the sky, pulling down the heavens. Gives it much more intention. Bringing your palms together just to rest on the lower dantian, the lower belly. Bringing your feet together. And just for the final few moments, just closing your eyes and just letting your body find its natural balance after all the work. We've done quite a lot of work in half an hour actually this morning. And then taking a nice, slow, calm, full breath in through the nose, expanding the chest, filling the lungs with cool, fresh air. Opening your eyes, stepping out, gentle brush down, head, neck, back of the legs, belly. Brill. Did do quite a lot, a few new things in there as well today, which I hope you enjoyed. Have a little play around with those. There won't be a class on Monday, bank holiday Monday, so there's no class on Monday. So we'll be back same time next Wednesday, 7:45 if you're on Zoom, 8 o'clock if you're jumping in on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for your time. Thanks as always for all of your support. Have a great weekend if you're doing anything exciting over the weekend, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye.